All right, we are in Hinchy Gymnasium for boys varsity basketball action. Poultney Blue Devils visiting the West Rutland Golden Horde. West Rutland coming off a nice win against a quality Long Trail team with an absolutely deadly score. Number 00 Sheldon filled it up, destroyed West Rutland in the first half. Nice adjustment for coach, new coach Snyder, go to a very active 2-3 in the second half and limit him, and West Rutland offense able to pull away. So here come Poultney Blue Devils announcements.
Wearing number 32, Jacob Woodbury, senior. Senior, Justin Rogers. Sophomore, Levi Hamelin. Junior, Rob Brill. And senior, Trent Rogers.
There are your starters for the Poultney Blue Devils.
Senior, assisted by Rob Kaludi Jr.
Now for the home squad.
And now for the Golden Horde, sophomore, William Grabowski. Junior, Jacob Bartlett. Junior, Brendan Forrest. Senior, Jacob Dow. And senior, Brian Maxwell.
There's your starting five for the West Rutland Golden Horde.
By Keith Snyder and assisted by Jordan Toller and athletic trainer Cody Parker. Please stand for the national anthem, sung by West Rutland student Tyler Serrani.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
There you have it. Beautiful national anthem, Tyler Serrani. He's a kid that does it all. Just put in an incredible performance as an 8th grader playing on the JV boys team. Comes out, puts on a dress shirt, and kills the national anthem. Nice work. So here we come. Boys varsity action here, Hinchy Gymnasium. West Rutland Golden Horde 1-0, coming off a win off of Long Trail. Poultney unsure of their record.
That's why I laid off tonight.
Brian Maxim going to jump for West Side. 50-50 ball. Comes down, Jake Bartlett. Has control and then stripped him from behind by Poultney, and they control. And they are up to midcourt. Swing pass. Bounce pass down in the corner. That's Rue Forrest out on defense. Forrest has been a really nice surprise for West Side early in the year. There were rumors he was not going to play, and very pleased that he did. He's a great presence on the post. Got a nice left hand. Poultney, top of the key. They're going to reset the offense here. Tough pass, far sideline, down into the corner. That's Willie Grabowski defending. Dow out to defend now, and this is Jake Bartlett. I'm sorry, it was Brian Maxim defending on the far side. It's Willie Grabowski, 35 here on the near side. And Dow's off to the races. Thinks about it, swings to Grabowski. Grabowski down low into Forrest. Forrest powers his way to the spot, gets his own rebound, goes up strong. Poultney, beautiful job to just go up straight. A lot of contact there, but Forrest unable to draw the foul. And Poultney escapes danger on that possession. Bounce pass into the corner, pick and roll. Kick back out to the three-point line. Now it's at the elbow, and Jake Bartlett from behind gets the ball. Jake Bartlett never stops. He is as tenacious as they come. Always pressures the ball, always hustles hard. Nice player to have on your team. Dow, senior point guard, walks it up to midcourt, and he'll run the offense. Pass to Bartlett, back to Dow. Dow. Gonna jack the three. Oh, can't quite get the roll. That goes everywhere but down. Good sign to see Jake shoot early. We're still tied at 0, 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Poultney Blue Devils visiting the West Rutland Golden Horde boys varsity action. Poultney up past midcourt, pass to the wing, bounce pass down to the corner. Taking a lot of time to think about it. Now comes back up to the wing, and Bartlett, high pressure. Dow out to pressure, and that ball to the corner. Brian Maxim gets a hand on that, nearly forces the turnover. And it is Poultney ball on the sideline. And they come up high past midcourt. 14 for Poultney. Spins, Bartlett defending, and Brian Maxim. Nice job to contort his body and get that attempt off. Wasn't pretty, but it almost dropped. He'll shoot 2. Second foul of the game. Excuse me, first on number 20, and first on Poultney. Off the front of the rim, no good. Second shot coming. Second shot's good. And first point of the game goes to West Rutland on a Brian Maxim free throw. Poultney walks it up to midcourt. Bartlett, nice job to deny. Poultney able to get the pass over to the wing. And now they're into the corner. And Rue Forrest going to pick up a foul there. And we'll have a quick substitution. Third foul on Westside, second on Rue Forrest, and we're about 1:10 in. So Francis Grabowski, 21, quick sub for Rue Forrest. Tough to have him sit this early, but 2 fouls is too many this early in the game. Poultney coach asking his team to set up the offense. Bartlett will extend well out past the three-point line. Active feet. And that bounce pass into the corner. Now they look to the post. Maxim making it difficult for the Poultney player to establish any kind of position. Loose ball on the floor. Players scramble for it. Francis Grabowski getting down on the ground for it, as was the Poultney player. Possession arrow says Poultney. 5:27 left in the first quarter, and it's 1-0 West Rutland. Neither team has found much rhythm on offense so far. Grabowski elevates, gets a hand on that, sends it back out of bounds. Poultney will try inbounding again. Up high near midcourt. Jake Bartlett threatening, but Poultney able to pull it down. Now they swing near wing. Dow pressuring. Bounce pass. Willie Grabowski able to maintain balance and get it to Dow. Dow, top of the key, swings to Grabowski. He likes the look of that, and that off the back of the rim, no good. And Jake Bartlett showing some action right there. Scrambles, tracks that ball down, swings it down, top of the key, and West Rutland will reset. Poultney in a 2-3 zone. Bartlett back to Dow. Grabowski on the foul line. That's Willie Grabowski, far side. Oh, they find a cutting Brian Maxim. Doesn't take the shot. In a nice position. Francis likes it. He puts up the 3, and you can count that. If Francis Grabowski heats up, he can certainly fill the hoop up. That's 4-0 West Side, and that was nothing but the bottom of the net for Francis. Poultney, top of the key. Dow trying to feel for the screen that he knows is coming. There it is. West Rutland needs to switch. Grabowski does switch. And ball fake. Oh, great bounce pass into the post. Brian Maxim, quick hands, able to force the tie up. Jump ball, and it's West Rutland ball. Great bounce pass into the post by Poultney to force it down in there, but Maxim able to recover and force the tie up, and Dow walks it up to midcourt. Bounce pass Grabowski. Has a little bit of a hard time handling it, able to get it back to Dow. Dow swings to Willie Grabowski, back to Dow, top of the key. Bounce pass Willie Grabowski. Beautiful pass into the paint for Francis. Francis tries to force one, but Poultney gets a hand on it, and they're going to call Dow with the travel. Not sure he agrees with that call. Not sure I agree with that call, but that's all right. 3:52 left, first quarter. West Rutland up 4-0. Poultney, far wing, top of the key. Bartlett out to pressure. Near wing, corner. Maxim immediately over to pressure. That's a great pass into the post, but Francis Grabowski making a mess in there. Francis extremely long, extremely athletic, and very quick, making things tough in the paint, but Poultney's going to shoot 2 here. That foul on Dow. His first, West Rutland's 4th already at 3:33 left in the first quarter. First shot, no good. Second shot skips off the rim, no good. Maxim gets a hand on it, but Poultney able to strip it away, and they come near wing. Dribble drive into the paint. Dish off. Up the glass, no good. That's a heck of a spot to shoot from for Poultney there. And we've got a timeout. Coach Schneider agrees that that's a little too easy. He's going to regroup. They're going to talk about how they're going to handle that ball deep in the post. We're going to step away. Teams coming out of the huddles. West Rutland ball under their own hoop. We're at 3:23 left in the first quarter here. Willie Grabowski into Jake Dow, who's been running the point here in West Rutland since his sophomore year. Fakes one way, looks to go back. Nobody there, but Dow is able to track back, and then Jake Bartlett. Bartlett inserting himself into the play. It's going to be West Rutland ball under their own hoop. First foul on Trent Rogers for Poultney. And here comes Dow, going to walk it up. That pass near side. Bartlett to Dow. Dow far side. Grabowski back to Dow. Out here to Francis. Francis finds Brian Maxim down on the block. Reverse layup. Great, strong move. Would have liked the finish, but he'll shoot 2. That'll be the 3rd foul of the game on Poultney, and we'll see who it's on. That's on number 54. Lane Gibbs picks up his first of the game. Maxim to shoot 2. Rolls off the front rim, skips off the back rim, and drops down through. Maxim will put up his second shot. Same thing, off the front rim, off the back rim, and through. It's 6-0 West Rutland. Poultney yet to get on the board, and they're at midcourt. Bartlett. Immediate pressure into the corner, Maxim out. Active defense for West Rutland, dribble drive, nowhere to go. They kick to the wing. Now they're back to the top of the key. Poultney player reversing, and they're going to get Bartlett for the push there. First on Bartlett, fifth on West Side. Up fake, baseline. That door closed by West Rutland defense. 20 for Poultney. Thinks about the long three. Now takes the running floater. And Brian Maxim, aggressive on that rebound, pulls it down, finds Dow. Dow fires over to Willie Grabowski, into Maxim. Maxim, got a nice strong post move off the glass and in. Brian Maxim playing very well. 8-0 West Side. We're at 2:07 in the first quarter here in Poultney. We've got a handoff. Screen coming left. Great switch, Willie Grabowski. Maxim getting back down in, but playing great. Defense goes straight up. No result for Poultney, and Dow looking in transition. He swings to Bartlett. Bartlett, running floater. Nothing there. Poultney comes down with it. And it is Poultney ball. We're minute 40 left here. That's another foul on Bartlett. That's two, and you're going to see Drake Jankowski check in. Jake Bartlett, two quick ones. Going to come have a seat, and here comes Drake Jankowski, 34. Jankowski, a junior for West Side. Poultney tries to force it in. Maxim there, and he wisely elects to slow it up. Francis to Dow. Dow back to Francis Grabowski. He finds Willie on the elbow. Jump shot, no good. Jankowski there to contest the rebound, but Poultney able to secure it, and they are going to come up to midcourt. We'll see what they run for offense this time. Looking for a cutter onto the block. Pass a little too high to get the shot off. Poultney able to secure it. Dribbles to the corner. Picks up his dribble. Skip pass. And they come back out to the top of the key. Great cut. Pass. Not there, but boy, cutter was. Coach Schneider not happy about that wide open cutter cutting through the paint down low, but Poultney unable to complete the pass and get the layup. Nice give and go into the post. Poultney maintains possession.
Use your body, shield it.
It's 8-0 West Side. We're at 39.4 left.
Get it in. See Robbie?
Top of the key. Behind the back. Immediately contested. It's Dow. It's Jankowski. And West Side comes away with it. Francis Grabowski puts up the three. Just off the mark. Won't drop. 24 seconds left. Poultney able to get it down to the block. Turnaround, no good. Rebound, Dow, 10 seconds. He swings to Willie Grabowski. Grabowski up fake to Dow. Maxim's going to put up a three. Rattles around, no good. Poultney secures. That's going to end the first quarter. Long desperation bomb. Does hit glass, but doesn't drop through. West Rutland comes out of that quarter up 8-0. We will be right back. And West Rutland comes out of the huddle to start up the second quarter here. They have an 8-0 lead. It's Poultney ball coming at midcourt. Dribble drive, explosion to the hoop. That foul is going to be on the floor. Second on Dow. Seventh on West Side. Poultney going to shoot the 1-and-1 early in the second quarter. They're already in 1-and-1. Dow comes over to have a chat with Coach Schneider. First up, rattles around, no good. West Rutland unable to secure it. That's Jordan Johnson going down hard, and that is Brian Maxim showing you some athleticism. He takes it all the way to the hoop with a scoop shot that just won't fall. Great effort to get that shot off, dribbling into traffic. And Dow's going to pick up number 3. Rare problem for Westside. He has rarely been in foul trouble, but he's going to come have a seat. He's logged countless minutes for West Rutland the last 3 years. And he's going to come over and sit down with 3. West Rutland up 8-0, but tide may be turning towards Poultney here. That is the 8th foul on West Rutland already. Bartlett's going to come in and run the point. You've got Maxim and Jankowski down low. You've got 14 Jordan Johnson and 21 Francis Grabowski at the top of the lane, and Jake Bartlett going to run the point. That second shot up and good. Excuse me, first shot up and good. It is 8-1 Westside with 7:31 left in the quarter and the half. Second shot even better. Still only counts for 1. It is 8-2 Westside, and here comes Jake Bartlett running the point. Coach Schneider asking him to run the offense. That swings to Johnson. Johnson, bullet pass back to Bartlett. Johnson likes what he sees, puts up the 3. Nothing there. West Rutland handles it. Kick out to Jordan Johnson. He thinks about Grabowski. Now he finds Jake Bartlett. Bartlett through his knees back to the top of the key, and they will reset offense here. Johnson fakes the pass into Maxim. Bartlett looks at Grabowski. Instead comes near side to Johnson. Johnson back to Bartlett, top of the key. Poultney staying in the 2-3. That ball comes near side to Johnson. Johnson bounce pass into Grabowski in the lane. Kick out to Jake Bartlett. Bartlett high floater, rattles off the rim, no good, and Poultney secures the rebound. They're off to the races. Grabowski almost with the reach. Post to post, tough finish for number 20. That rolls in, and it is all of a sudden 8-4 Westside leading. And Brendan Harvey set to check in. That ball back to the top of the key for Bartlett. Bartlett finds Jankowski, far wing. Ball fake back to Bartlett, top of the key. Thinks about Johnson. Now is Francis Grabowski. High arcing shot, rattles but won't fall. Bartlett got to be careful not to pick up number 3 there. And Maxim continues to impact this game. Quick hands. Gets his hands on that pass. Unable to control it, but out of bounds it goes. Poultney ball deep in their end. Johnson 14 out, 20 Harvey in. Harvey had some great minutes in the second half for Westside against Long Trail in the first game. Played tenacious defense, certainly logged some miles, and got on the score sheet as well. Maxim forces the tie-up. Ball remains Poultney. It's 8-4 Westside with 6:03 left in the second quarter. And Poultney going to inbound under the hoop, and they're going to come out high. Far wing, back to the top of the key, near wing, thinks about it, back to the top of the key, thinks about the bounce pass, far wing, dribble drive, Bartlett closes the door on that. That's a wide open jumper. It is over everything but Poultney there to secure the rebound. 54 taking up a lot of space down low, comes down with a rebound, unable to finish, ball carries out. It'll be Poultney inbounding again, 5:45 left. And out near midcourt. Pass far wing. Now it's near wing. That's to the corner. Thinks about the entry pass to the block. Couple dribbles back to the top of the key, and now he swings far side. Oh, Maxim's going to get called for a cheap one. Not sure if that's 2 or 3, but West Rutland is racking up fouls on key players here. Coach Snyder's going to have to get creative. May have to go into this bench. Actually, that's the first on Maxim. Good sign. He has a tendency to get in early foul trouble, but Willie Grabowski going to check back in. Francis Grabowski checking out. So Maxim and Jankowski down low. You've got Willie Grabowski and Brendan Harvey up high in the lane. You've got Jake Bartlett, number 3, over having a chat with his coach. He runs the point. Harvey unable to secure it. Bartlett scrambles after that ball, gets it poked away, but he's able to track back and control it, and now he's up to midcourt. Poultney playing 2-3. Tough for Westside to run their motion offense. Bartlett, far wing, great pass. Harvey, kick out to Maxim. Maxim, baseline jumpers, pure. First points of the quarter for Westside. Bartlett almost able to make the turnover happen there. Scary moment for Poultney. They're able to recover, and now they dribble to the far wing. Screen coming. Great pass into the block. Poultney, everything but the finish. West Rutland fortunate there. 4:39 left, second quarter. Harvey, far wing, thinks about Maxim. Maxim in the corner. He's going to take the three. Off the rim, up, and how about off the rim, up and through. 13-4. Maxim with the last 5 for Westside. Shooting the ball very well. Francis Grabowski going to check back in, looks like. Dribble drive. West Rutland defense forces the kick out, and that jumper here for number 20. We're going to have to find out who that is. He's been dangerous for Poultney. 4:06 left, it's 13-6 Westside. Bartlett, midcourt. Comes to Willie Grabowski, back to Bartlett. Bartlett thinks about it. Over to Jankowski. Jankowski back to Bartlett.
Come on, where are we? Let's go.
Dribble drive, kick out, Harvey. Hands off to Maxim. Maxim thinks about it. Gets into the paint. And Poultney's going to get called for the reach there.
Take it, Will.
So I don't have a 20 on Poultney's. Rob Brill's listed on the JV roster. Not sure if that's him on the varsity team or not. Regardless, Will Grabowski going to inbound to his brother Francis. Francis swings to Bartlett. Bartlett, far side to Harvey. Harvey swings it over for the wide open corner jumper. Ball tipped around. West Rutland unable to secure. Poultney to inbound. And now we've got a change of that call. It's going to be West Rutland ball inbounding in the offensive half. 3:39 left. They lead 13-6. Grabowski calls the break and finds his brother Francis. Francis likes what he sees, so he jacks the three. No good. Poultney secures the rebound. And Poultney coach asking for some patience on offense. Bartlett, tenacious on defense. Poultney tries to dribble drive and unable to penetrate against Bartlett's defense. Grabowski gets up for the rebound. Now he kicks over to Bartlett. Bartlett's going to run and see what he can find. He finds Willie. Willie finds Bartlett. Coach Snyder asking for slow. Great move under the hoop. Brian Maxim, reverse layup, won't fall. Continues to work, and we'll see what this call is. Maxim, impactful. West side ball under the hoop. 3:05 left in the quarter. 24 checking in for Poultney. 54 checking out for Poultney.
Come on, boys.
And Bartlett gonna inbound. He comes up high to Francis. Francis back to Bartlett. Bartlett to Grabowski. Long three off the front of the rim. No good. And sub coming for Westside. Keaton Wright Chapman to the scorer's table. Poultney to the corner. Grabowski out to contest. Bartlett gets a hand on that ball, goes down. Remains Poultney ball. Keaton Wright Chapman checking in. Francis Grabowski checking out. It's a 13-6 Westside lead with 2:39 left. And Poultney getting set here. Able to inbound. And now dribble penetration. Fumble out to the three-point line. Poultney controls 20. Going to try and get into the lane here. And he picks up another foul. West Rutland is just hacking and slashing on defense. We'll see who that's on. 20, Brendan Harvey picks up his first. West Rutland just dropped into the double bonus. Poultney will shoot 2 the rest of the way. With 2:32 left in the half. Fouls are 10 against Westside, 4 against Poultney. Key players for Westside sitting out significant time. Roof Forrest picked up his second just a couple minutes into the game. He came over. Jake Dow picked up his third about halfway through the quarter. He came over. And the result of that is you've got some players in. Keaton Wright Chapman, sophomore, getting some varsity minutes. Jake Bartlett running the point. And West Rutland remains effective. It's 13-7 with 2:30 left. That pass to Willie Grabowski. Ball fake back to Bartlett. Bartlett. Keaton Wright Chapman back to Bartlett. Corner for Maxim. Maxim up fake, dribble drive. Bartlett. Bartlett likes what he sees. He takes the three off the back of the rim. No good. And nobody home for Westside on the offensive boards. Poultney secures, and they're 2 minutes away from the half, down 6, and in command in terms of fouls. Maxim out to contest. Up fake, dribble, drive, lot of contact, no call. And that's a deep 3 off the front of the rim. Maxim there. He finds Bartlett. Bartlett's going to push and see what he can find. He pulls it out for Grabowski. Grabowski, beautiful looking jumper. How about that? Drains the 3. West Rutland, a little breath of fresh air on that. 16-7. Bartlett going to get called for the reach. That is 3 on Bartlett, 3 on Dow. Jordan Johnson checking in. Poultney to shoot 2 in the double bonus. Off the back of the rim, no good. Second shot coming, subs coming. Bartlett's going to come sit. Jordan Johnson in. And I would guess you got Willie Grabowski running the point, perhaps Keaton Wright Chapman. Interesting call. Both the primary and secondary ball handlers for Westside pick up third fouls and have a seat. And Keaton Wright Chapman pulls this ball up to midcourt. Significant minutes for him as a varsity player. Johnson back to Keaton Wright Chapman. Dribble over to Willie Grabowski. Grabowski back to Keaton Wright Chapman. Bounce pass to Johnson on the elbow. Finds Harvey. Harvey back to Keaton Wright Chapman. But good thing that he thought about that pass twice. And that ball into heavy traffic, picked off by Poultney. And West Rutland's going to have to dig deep to maintain their lead here. This isn't quite how the coach drew it up. Jordan Johnson. And that's what Jordan Johnson and Brendan Harvey bring to the party. Not afraid to get down on the floor. They force the tie up. West Rutland has the possession arrow. We're under 54 seconds here, so they're looking to get out of this half without too much damage done. With key players on the bench, Poultney substitution, and Keaton Wright Chapman received from Jordan Johnson. And patient bounce pass to Willie Grabowski on the foul line, back to Keaton Wright Chapman. Now it's in the corner for Maxim. 32 blue picking up a foul. That is the excuse me, not going to get to my program and tell you who that player was. That's the first on 32 and number 20. Off to the races with a layup, 32 seconds left. Lead down 16-9.
One shot.
Westside going to play for 1 with 23 seconds left. They're going to chisel away at the clock and hope for a good shot. Keaton Wright Chapman forces that pass in. And that's Jordan Johnson showing you pure hustle right there. And Brian Maxim coming up clutch. That's a big hoop right there for Westside. Maxim, a very effective jump shooter so far early in the season. He's going to pick up a foul. And Coach Schneider is about ready to pull his hair out here. That's 2 on Brian Maxim. That is 12 or 13 on Westside. 1.9 seconds left. And Poultney to shoot 2 more. Coach Schneider will be happy to get to halftime, talk to the boys, and then come out and reset. First shot up, rattles around, no good. Second shot coming, Maxim comes and sits with 2. Hate to pick up a third with so little time left. Jankowski checks in. Second shot's pure. 19-10. And Grabowski into Chapman. And that last minute attempt, well short and after the buzzer. So West Rutland fortunate to come out of this half with a 19-10 lead, but significant foul trouble across the board. 3 for Dow, 3 for Bartlett, 2 for Maxim, 2 for Ruth Forrest. Not sure if I missed anybody, but holy smokes, they racked them up that half, and they'll need to play careful defense in the second half or risk players sitting out and missing more time. So we'll be back for halftime. We'll be back after halftime. West Rutland coming out of the huddle after halftime. Coach Snyder has the opportunity to settle him down, coach him up. Great first half for Brian Maxim, leads Westside with 13 of their 19 points. Forrest checks back in, he has 2 already. Maxim's in with 2, Willie Grabowski. Brendan Harvey, I believe, has 1, and Francis Grabowski. I don't believe he's picked up a foul yet. Are going to start the half for Westside. Not your normal starting 5. Jake Bartlett, Jake Dow both saddled with 3 fouls. And Westside's going to come out and immediately pressure. And Francis Grabowski introducing himself to number 14. High floating pass, inbounds, and Poultney sets the offense. Nice cut. Elbow jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, up and good. And that trims the lead to 7. Brendan Harvey and Willie Grabowski cross wires. Unfortunate Grabowski. Athletic and quick enough to get his hands on that and save it from rolling out of bounds. That pass to Francis Grabowski. He dribbles out of traffic and they reset the offense. Top of the key, Harvey. Harvey, bounce pass to Francis Grabowski. He thinks about it. Bounce pass. Back to Harvey. Harvey, bounce pass to Ruth Forrest. Forrest back to Harvey. Poultney staying in there 2-3, very active. Willie Grabowski back to Harvey. Harvey gonna back it up and reset. Pass to the wing, Francis Grabowski. And Poultney active defense forces a timeout about a minute in. 7:04 left in the 3rd quarter. It is 19-12 Westside. And we've got a timeout. Keith Schneider's gonna talk it over with the boys. He has come in, done a fantastic job coaching the varsity team. Fantastic to have him here. He was a player at Castleton with Greg Hughes. Played football for Castleton as well, and assisted Greg Hughes over at Otter Valley for a year. And West Rutland fortunate to be able to steal him away and make him head coach. Done a fantastic job, as has Jordan Toller. Excellent job with the JV boys. You can see improvement every week, which is what you're looking for. And we'll see what Coach Snyder drew up. Dow and Bartlett back in, Jankowski, and completely different look here, all new 5. Kyle Laughlin checks in, as does 14 Jordan Johnson. So Dow to midcourt. Jankowski wide to Johnson. Johnson to Bartlett. Bartlett fakes it. Finds Johnson. Johnson dribble, drive up hard off the glass. No good. Poultney secures the rebound. And West Rutland's going to press. Despite their foul trouble, Jake Bartlett extends the defense. Great crossovers for Poultney. Into the corner. And that ball comes back out top. So West Rutland has gone from a 2-3 back to man here. Dow out pressuring, bounce pass to the corner. That pass to the elbow, Jankowski contests, and that floater drops through. And the lead waning for West Rutland. It's 19-14, and Dow up to midcourt. West Rutland getting tested here in their 2nd game. Handoff, Johnson to Bartlett, Bartlett to Jankowski. Jankowski turns, dribbles, looks, thinks about Johnson in the corner. Now he has Dow in the wing. That ball over to Bartlett. Bartlett dribble, drive, floater. And he's able to pick up a foul, driving strong to the hoop. He'll shoot 2. That's the first on number 24 for Poultney and the first for either team at the half. First one's up and good. So West Rutland's younger players getting some time due to foul trouble. Laughlin, 22, is a freshman. I believe this is his first varsity action. You saw Keaton Wright Chapman earlier in the game, number 10, run the point briefly. He's a sophomore. West Rutland pressing. Bartlett hounding his man up the floor. Wide open jumper. Bartlett skies for the rebound, but unable to secure it, and Dow finds a streaking Jordan Johnson. Layup won't go. That ball out to Jankowski. Floater. Count it for 2. And West Rutland's going to turn up the heat. Full court press. They extend the lead 23-14, and here comes Poultney. And Bartlett Forces a tough pass from Poultney, but they're able to secure it. Dribble drive into the paint, juggle. Now it's a jump shot from the wing, no good. And Johnson secures the rebound and finds Dow. Dow's gonna run and see if he can make something happen. Nobody open, so he slows down. He'll run offense now. Hands off to Jankowski. Jankowski to Bartlett. Bartlett swings to Johnson. Finds a cutting Jankowski. He turns, goes into the lane, goes up strong, gets the foul, and now he'll shoot two. And Poultney picking up the early fouls this half. Poultney coach contests that, and the official, Mr. Corbo, gives his explanation, shakes his head, and maintains the call. It's the first on 30 in the second of the half. Jankowski to shoot two. Lead out to 10. Off the rim, no good. West Rutland crashes the boards. And we picked up a foul on that. We'll see who it is. Nope, just out of bounds. My apologies.
Yeah, we do.
So we've got something spilled on the floor, perhaps. Coaches calling their team over during an official's timeout. Maybe some blood on the floor. Joe Harrington, AD, is putting on the gloves and bringing out the bleach. Cody Parker is the trainer here. Fantastic to have him on board to help players from either side, and he's attending to the Poultney player who apparently is bleeding on a finger. Cody will get him patched up and ready to come back into the game. I say it every opportunity I get, having a professional trainer at your sporting events is such a bonus. Huge relief for parents to know their child's being cared for by somebody as trained as Cody. Takes the pressure off coaches who may or may not be able to make an accurate assessment about whether a player should go back into the game, and may not necessarily have an unbiased opinion about whether one of their important players is ready to come back in. So Cody has the Poultney player stitched back up here. Band-Aid on the thumb, looks like it is number 20. And I believe he'll check back in at the next opportunity. We've got official asking him double check the shirt, make sure there's no blood on that. And Poultney to inbound here. 4:59 after that long break. West Rutland still up 10. It's 24-14, and West Rutland extends the pressure full court. Dow and Bartlett can create havoc with their quickness in the backcourt. Bartlett able to skip past that screen, and now it's Poultney in the corner. Pass to the block, goes up strong, picks up the foul. We'll see who that's on. Jordan Johnson picking up a foul. It's the first of the half for Westside. Poultney to shoot two on this, and that's the first on Jordan Johnson. Number 20 for Poultney checking back in as soon as he's able. Off the back of the rim, no good. In comes 20, out comes 24. 4:47 left here in the third quarter, and West Rutland up 24-14. Battled foul trouble in the first half. That rattles around, but Poultney able to secure the offensive rebound. Bullet pass all the way across. Off the front of the rim, no good, and Kyle Laughlin secures that rebound and finds Dow. Johnson was streaking, but Dow elects to slow it down and run offense here. He comes near side, crosses over, goes back, finds Laughlin on the block. Great find. Laughlin able to finish, and he'll shoot another one from the free throw line. Dow with the penetration. Finds Laughlin on the block. Kyle up strong. Finish and the foul. That is two on number 20. Off the back of the rim, and Jordan Johnson, Johnny on the spot, has the offensive rebound. Dow, top of the key, resets the offense. Bartlett off to the left. He hands to Jankowski. Jankowski looks at Bartlett. Bartlett finds Johnson. Johnson had Jankowski on the block. That pass wide. It was there. Pass just a little wide, and West Rutland continues full court pressure. Bartlett gonna hound his player all the way up the floor, gets a hand on it, And Poultney able to drive the length of the floor and then kick out wide, but unable to get the shot off. And Dow finds a streaking Jake Bartlett. Beautiful pass. And Dow, bang! How about that? Jake Dow for 3, 29-14. And Jordan Johnson gonna extend pressure. Dow backpedaling. Nice pass for Poultney. Kick out, 3-point. Off the front of the rim, no good. We've got a call underneath. It's gonna go against Poultney. 54 with the push. That's the 4th this half against Poultney, 2nd on 54. 3:34 left, 3rd quarter, and West Rutland extending the lead. It is 29-14.
Robbie, you're the one. Robbie, you're the one.
Dow to Bartlett, back to Dow. So a bit of a gamble for Coach Schneider to put Jake Bartlett and Jake Dow both back in with 3 fouls. Both have played both have played full court defense and been smart enough not to foul. They're going to call Johnson dragging his back foot. Coach Schneider hollers pivot. Ref not buying it. Players collide. Go down hard. That's a nice look at the hoop for Poultney. Off the glass, no good at Bartlett. Out of the pack, he's gonna go strong. Euro, off the front of the rim, no good. Jordan Johnson on the floor again, and here comes Poultney on the counterattack. Thought that pass was too long. It was. Poultney able to finish, and Coach Snyder's seen enough. He's gonna call him in, settle him down. We're gonna step away. First horn sounds, and West Rutland breaks the huddle and comes out. Brian Maxim gonna inbound. We've got some new faces on the floor for Westside. Maxim gonna inbound to Dow. We've got Willie Grabowski, 35, and Francis Grabowski, 21. And you've got Rue Forrest back in the middle up top for Westside, number 23. He picked up his 2nd foul about 2 minutes into the game and is checking back in now. He can be a force down on the post. Bounce pass to Francis. He thinks about it. Bounce pass back to Dow, top of the key. Maxim into Forrest. Forrest tries to force it into Francis Grabowski, and Poultney picks that off. They're off to the races, and Dow's going to pick up. Oh! I thought Jake Dow picked up number 4 on a little bit of a brush foul with his chest there, but instead the call is a carry against Poultney. That ball comes to Francis Grabowski. He looks for Forrest in down low, but out to Dow, to Maxim, back to Dow. Dow, bounce pass into Grabowski. Grabowski in traffic. And he gets called for 3 seconds in the paint. West Rutland going to continue to extend the pressure. Maxim late. Willie Grabowski. Token pressure up past midcourt. Screen coming. West Rutland switches. A lot of traffic underneath, and Poultney called for a travel, but if they can get that switch and get Forrest covering number 20, that's a bit of a mismatch in terms of quickness. Forrest definitely has the advantage in size, but 20 a much quicker player. Dow, midcourt, takes the bounce pass, but it's over to Willie Grabowski. Grabowski finds a cutting Francis on the elbow. He forces a pass over to Rue Force that skips through his hands, but West Rutland fortunate to maintain possession. Dow, top of the box, bounce pass over to Francis Grabowski. Grabowski bounce pass back to Dow. Dow over to Willie, over to Brian Maxim. Maxim, top of the key to Dow. Willie Grabowski thinks about looking in, finds Dow. Dow over to Francis, back to Dow. West Rutland patient. Maxim likes what he sees, puts the 3 up, no good. Excellent rebound, Francis Grabowski. Showing the athleticism, going up high. Tough shot, gets it to drop. Francis Grabowski, great work on the boards, great finish. Poultney, player all alone. Who's got him is the call from the West Rutland bench. Corner, Francis thinks about it, back to Dow. Dow finds Willie. Willie elbow jumper, up, no good. Down goes Forrest. So Rue goes down hard and gets a foul call for his trouble, picks up his third. Second of the half for Westside. Poultney at 4 for the half. And West Rutland with a 31-16 lead here. Third quarter waning under a minute. And Forrest in the middle of that. We'll see who this calls on. It's going to be a block against Westside. Jacob Dow picks up number 4. That's problematic. Still third quarter. And Jake Dow in unfamiliar territory. I don't ever recall him fouling out of a game. He picks up number 4 and has to sit with 43 seconds left. Poultney. Long three, wide open. Jake Bartlett comes down with a rebound. He pushes and then elects to slow down and run offense. We're at 35 seconds. Great pass into Ruth Forrest. He goes up strong, and he's going to shoot 2. A little excited there. Spikes the ball, apologizes to the official. Forced to shoot 2 with 32 seconds left. Westside up 31-16, and that's number 2 on 30 for Poultney. Off the front of the rim, no good. Second shot coming, sub for Poultney. Nope. Nope, no sub, excuse me. Player was just lingering by the sideline. Off the front of the rim, no good. 27 seconds left. Poultney may play for 1 here, although they are down significantly. Dribble, drive, tries the kick out. West Rutland players get their hands on it. Out of bounds. Poultney to inbound. 20 seconds left.
Brian, get front. Up top.
Poultney, far wing. Back to the top of the key. 14 seconds. Maxim out to pressure. We're at 6 seconds. Poultney may not get a shot off here unless they hurry. Baseline turnaround jumper rattles around, no good. Patient offense, got a good look at the end of the quarter. Does not fall. Lead remains 31-16 Westside heading into the final frame. Here comes the Golden Horde for the final 8 minutes. We'll see who Coach Schneider rolls out. Jake Bartlett, number 3, is going to run the point. 35, Willie Grabowski be your shooting guard. Brian Maxim, small forward, 32. Francis Grabowski be your big forward, 21. And Rue Forrest is going to be your center for Westside.
I believe so, yeah. We had one out, so it should be coming out. This last one was on. Okay, good. Yep.
So discussion about possession at the start of the half. And it appears that it'll be Poultney starting out. 20 for Poultney, going to check back in at the first opportunity. Bartlett fakes pressure and now drops back, and West Rutland's going to start this quarter in the 2-3 zone. Maxim extends it all the way to the sideline, tips that ball, and it goes out off Westside. Poultney maintains the ball, 20 in, 32 out for Poultney.
Step up, Willie, slide down right there, slide in, yep. Hold him off, get in. Yep.
Poultney forced to go all the way to midcourt. Willie Grabowski gives it a chase, but Poultney pulls it down, and now they're top of the key. Far wing into the corner. Nice curl for 20. Baby hook up off the rim, no good. Bartlett, careful he doesn't get his pocket picked from behind. He senses it coming and bends away. That ball over to the wing to Francis Grabowski. Grabowski back to Jake Bartlett. Bartlett comes near side. That's Willie Grabowski up over his head, and now he goes back to the top of the key for Jake Bartlett. Brian Maxim back to Bartlett. Near side, Francis Grabowski. He thinks about the bounce pass down into Forrest. Instead, he finds Maxim. Maxim dips his shoulder, goes under. Great try. Athletic attempt at saving that, but official calls him stepping out of bounds. So Poultney ball. 7 minutes left, 31-16, and we've got a 30-second timeout by Poultney. We'll see if perhaps they're going to employ some pressure here. Brian Maxim's had a great night for Westside. Led the team in scoring at the half, and I'm assuming he continues to lead the scoring for Westside this far in the game. Foul's a problem for Westside, but they're continuing to hang on to that 31-16 lead. So congratulations to Mikey Barrett, the West Rutland JV player of the game. Had a post-game interview with him after the JV game earlier tonight. Hopefully Coach Schneider will elect a player of the game from the varsity. We can have a quick word with them after the game. And Poultney walks it up to midcourt.
Work, Will. That's across, Willie. There you go. Francis, backside.
Pass onto the block, kicked out, up to the 3, up fake, dribble, drive, baseline, kick back out to the 3-point line, 20. Gonna draw the foul. Willie Grabowski's called for the foul. That's number 4 on Westside, number 2 on Willie. Poultney able to come up top, inbound easily. They're to the top of the key. West Rutland stays in the 2-3 zone. Willie Grabowski and Jake Bartlett up top. Francis, Rue, and Brian Maxim across the bottom, and that ball bounced 4 or 5 times off the rim and then finally drops through. It's 31-18. 6 minutes left. Bartlett hands off to Willie Grabowski. Maxim finds Francis Grabowski. Bounce pass, top of the key for Maxim. Maxim's gonna dribble drive. 30 blue gets called for the push. That's number 3. That foul will be on the floor, but it is number 6 for Poultney. So West Rutland soon to be in the 1-and-1 bonus. Francis Grabowski gonna inbound this ball. 6:06 left. He thinks about Forrest, and now needs a second thought. High pass to Bartlett, and he calmly backpedals and receives. Hand off to Grabowski. Grabowski swings wide to Maxim. Maxim pump fakes. Now he finds Willie Grabowski on the far wing. Back to Maxim, top of the key. Up fake. Great fake. Athletic move to get to the hoop. Weaving through traffic. Picks up the contact. Can't finish the layup, but he'll go to the line. He'll shoot 2. And that is 7th foul of the half for Poultney. West Rutland in the bonus the rest of the way. And 2 fouls on number 14 for Poultney. First shot up and good for Maxim. Second shot up and good. Brian Maxim continues to lead the way for Westside. Calmly knocks down 2 and extends the lead 33-18. Poultney going to inbound, and Jake Bartlett thinks about some token pressure. Now he backs to midcourt. And we're at 5:48 left in the game here. Hinchy Gymnasium in West Rutland. 20. Dribbles up length of the floor. Quick move to the elbow. Jumper goes down hard. Not sure if it's an ankle or a knee, and he's going to come to the sideline. And again, Cody Parker going to go have a look. And I say it every game. Huge relief for a parent to have somebody at Cody's skills, training, and professionalism there to help any player that's in need of it. Obviously, he helps out on both sides. Thankful the school board here in West Rutland agrees to pay his salary. He is at every home varsity and JV event. Grabowski dribbles top of the key, swings to Jake Bartlett. Bartlett passes to Francis Grabowski. finds Willie Grabowski, who was cutting. Pass, top of the block. Oh, baby. Rue Forrest with a great pass. Willie Grabowski cutting baseline, can't get it to go.
Set it up. Run through it. Come on, let's work. Come on, White. Come on, White. 3/4, bro. Oh, yeah.
Willie Grabowski, athletic, up and denies that pass, but it goes straight back to Poultney. And Francis Grabowski with the rebound. He finds Bartlett. Bartlett, corner. Brian Maxim tries the reverse layup, won't go. And stays up in the offensive half, continues the pressure, and we'll see who that fouls on. It is against Poultney. Jake Bartlett showing what hustle's worth. That's number 3 on 14. And the result of that will be West Rutland going to the line for a 1-and-1. 13-point lead with 4:31 left.
Come on, Bart.
Bartlett up off the rim, no good, and Brian Maxim spins into the lane, rejected. Ball loose on the floor, players all over the place. That is Francis Grabowski getting down for it, unable to secure it. Turn over to Poultney, and they will inbound. Jake Bartlett again thinks about extending the pressure, and then backs off. 4:22 left, final quarter. Jake Bartlett able to get to the spot and secure the charge. He's got some incredibly quick feet, and that is 4 on 14. Great work, Jake Bartlett. Get to the spot and take that charge. And now he hands off Francis Grabowski. Grabowski to Maxim. Maxim to Willie. Willie finds a cutting. Francis goes up strong, and that's going to roll around and drop. Francis Grabowski pretty excited about that result. He's going to shoot one. Great ball movement, and great movement without the ball by Francis to get to a good spot. Teammate and brother finds him, and he's able to secure the 2 points. We'll see if he can get the third. Off the back of the rim, no good. Brian Maxim continues to hound the Poultney players, and now he drops back. West Rutland playing man. Bartlett up top, quick feet, cuts off the angle, and immediately extending pressure well beyond the three-point line. Poultney player dribbles into traffic, and we'll see who this one's on. That's going to be number 4 on Jake Bartlett.
Jake, good luck. Good luck.
The foul shot rattles around but won't drop. Second shot coming. We're at 3:47 left in the fourth quarter, and West Rutland up 15, 35-20. Second shot through, 35-21. Maxim inbounds to Jake Bartlett. Bartlett done a nice job running the point much of this second half with Dow in foul trouble. Willie Grabowski, Brian Maxim. Maxim goes strong. Maxim wants the Euro step, but instead gets the travel call.
Nice move, Brian.
Strong move to the hoop. Poultney up to midcourt and timeout, and we'll have a sub for Westside when we come out of this timeout. Looks like Jake Dow's going to check back into the game with 3:24 left, and West Rutland up 14.
1, 2, 3, Westside.
So West Rutland has 2 timeouts left. Poultney has 3 timeouts left. We're at 3:24 left, and West Rutland's up 35-21. Jake Dow in, Jake Bartlett out after some quality minutes for Westside. Poultney inbounds, and it'll be man-to-man defense.
Good.
Brian Maxim shows anticipation. He goes the length of the floor, unable to get it to go, and Jake Dow shows you the value of hustling up the floor. He picks up the garbage and puts it in for two, 37-21. And that is as deep a three as you'll see off the glass for added measure. And 32, who hit that shot, comes up hobbling. He's wearing a knee brace. Waves the coach off, who wants to come in with a sub, continues to hobble a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that. And eventually coach is gonna pull him out. Probably the right call, 24 in, 32 out. 32 is struggling with his knee. Cody Parker may have a look at that as he continues to tend to number 20, getting some ice on him. Jake Dow got to show some patience here. Up to midcourt, hands off to Francis Grabowski. Oh, bounce pass to Maxim, almost picked off. Francis Grabowski up fake, knifes through the defense and gets the roll. Quick first step, Francis Grabowski. Excellent drive to the hoop, gets the roll, 39-24. Long three, rattles, no good. Francis Grabowski secures the rebound and finds Dow. And Dow's gonna slow down, give everybody a chance to get up the floor here. Francis Grabowski putting in some good work this half. Dow, hands off to Grabowski. Grabowski over to Maxim. Maxim deep into the corner for Willie. Willie finds it, cutting Francis, unable to get it to drop, and here comes Poultney. 54 was left unguarded momentarily, but Forrest able to get back. He tries to spin, loses the handle. Francis Grabowski ends up with it. He hands off to Dow. And we've got a West Side timeout. Coach Snyder wants to talk it over. Coach Toller out there to give some encouragement. And I'm sorry, it is a Poultney timeout. He's calling a full. Coach Snyder, Coach Toller going to talk it over. Nice push here in the second half by West Side. Lead is 15 at 39-24 with 1:48 left. Here comes the West Rutland Golden Horde. Coach Snyder makes a few adjustments. He calls Dow off guarding their point guard and is going to switch to Harvey guarding the number one. Dow with 4 fouls. Coach Snyder doesn't want him to pick up a fifth and have to sit the rest of the game. Dow hands off to Harvey. Harvey to Maxim. Maxim to Francis Grabowski. Finds it cutting. Brendan Harvey for two! That's a beautiful thing to see right there. Brendan Harvey cuts into wide open space. Gets that pass off the glass and in. It's 41-24 West Side. And Harvey extends the defense. Up fake. That ball's going to rattle home and drop through. It's 41-26 and we're at 1:18. And Dow's going to slow it down. Poultney's going to extend pressure up to midcourt. Dow hands off to Grabowski. Grabowski to Harvey. Harvey swings to Maxim. Maxim thinks about it cutting Francis Grabowski, and now he's going to bring it back to the top of the key. He swings to Dow. Dow to Harvey. Harvey sees it cutting Brian Maxim. Maxim fakes one way, goes up the other. Rejected. Hard work. Continues to work in the paint. Brian Maxim can't get the shot to drop, but draws contact and will shoot 2 more. Brian Maxim has had a monster game for West Rutland tonight. That is number 5 on 30 for Poultney. He's done for the night. Maxim's going to shoot 2 with 52.6 seconds left at a 41-26 lead for West Side. Be interested to see how many points Maxim has tonight. He has lit it up. Been that kind of night for Maxim. That shot a little flat. Skips over the front rim and rolls in. Second up, no good, and Francis Grabowski showing some vertical there. Secures the rebound, and West Rutland's going to pull it out. crossover for Dow, hands off to Grabowski. Poultney coach asking for no fouls. Dow, top of the key, finds Maxim, and that's a wide open Harvey again. Hesitant to put it up, but that's a great spot to shoot from. Scored from there just a couple minutes ago, and Dow pulls it all the way out. 24 seconds left. Grabowski off to Harvey. Harvey bounce pass to Maxim. Maxim finds a cutting Francis Grabowski. Floater rolls in, and that's 44-26. That's some nice patient offense for Westside. We're down to 10 seconds left. No fouls is the call from Coach Snyder. Brendan Harvey's going to extend the defense, and Poultney's just going to let this wind down 2-1. And West Rutland challenged both in terms of foul trouble and early pressure from Poultney, but they hold on. It's 44-26 at the end. Brian Maxim must have led Westside with scoring. I'll check in and see if I can find out how many he had for the night. We've got the handshakes happening here, and we'll see who Coach Snyder elects to send out for the post-game game of the player of the game interview. Nice win here in Westside. West Rutland goes to 2-0.
Okay, but you're able to.
Hey Max, how many did Brian have? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have Brian Maxim with a post-game interview in just a moment. All right, here we are with tonight's player of the game, Brian Maxim. Great job, Brian. What did you think of the game tonight?
It started off really slow. We all sort of just needed a wake-up call, and that came at halftime. Coach really picked us up, and in the second half, you could definitely see we were a new team. We were a team of two halves tonight, so
fantastic.
We played hard, and we scrapped it out. So
you lit it up in the first half. I think you had 13 points in the first half, another 3 in the second half. I believe you led West Rutland in scoring with 16. How's that feel?
I mean, I think that's the first time that's ever happened, so that's awesome.
Excellent work. Well, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.